Lesson 8.5, related rates again, this time using two formulas. Number 1 says the area of a circle is decreasing at a rate of 110 square inches per minute. At the time when the area of the circle is 4 pi, what is the rate of change of the circumference of the circle? So you see we're talking about area and circumference. Round your answer to 3 decimal places if necessary. So I'm going to draw a circle here. What am I given? We've got the rate of change of the area at a time, decreasing 110 square inches per minute. At the time when the area is 4 pi, what is the rate of change of the circumference? Okay, so first thing I would think is, how do I find circumference of a circle? So we've got, I'll put them both over here. Area of a circle is pi times radius squared, and then circumference is 2 times pi times the radius, or it could be pi times diameter. But I'm going to go ahead and do 2 pi r because I'm seeing r is used in both formulas. So let's actually take the derivative of the circumference. So I get dc to dt. That would be a constant, so that would be 2 pi times dr to dt. This is what I'm finding. The only thing I need is the radius changing to time, but I don't have that. And so I'm going to have to use the area formula to get it. And so to do that, I'm going to differentiate area. So that would be dA to dt. That would be 2 pi r times dr to dt. Okay, they're giving me this area at a time, that's the negative 110. Equals 2 times pi. Did they give me a radius? No. But I could find it real quick because it's saying when the area is 4 pi. Divide away the pi, so it cancels, and then r squared is 4, so r must be 2. Okay, so then I've got 2 to plug in, and then I'll have dr over dt to solve. So see, it's still not much harder, just talking yourself through what do I need, how do I find it. So that would be a 4 pi. So I'm going to take negative 110 divided by 4, I'm going to do parentheses, 4 pi, and I get that dr over dt, just running out of room, equals about negative 8.75. Okay, so in here, now I can keep the dc over dt equal to 2 pi times that number I just found. So I'm just going to steal it again, times 2 times pi. Oh, isn't that nice? That never happened. So the circumference is changing at a rate of negative 55 inches per minute. Number 2. Volume of a cube is decreasing at a constant rate of 1,699 cubic meters per second. At the instant when the volume of the cube is 629 cubic meters, what is the rate of change of the surface area of the cube? So we're using volume and surface area. Round your answer to 3 decimal places. Okay, my drawing skills are not great, but I know a cube is really a 3D square, something like that. So whatever a side is, it's that side everywhere. But they didn't even give us that. What do they give us? The volume is changing. So dV to dt, decreasing at 1,699 cubic meters per second. At the instant, when the volume is 629 cubic meters, what is the rate of change of the surface area? So I guess I'll just say A. dA to dt, what is that? Okay, so our formula here is going to be volume volume of a cube, because volume normally is length times width times height. Well, if every dimension is the same number, we'll just say it's side cubed. That would be a length times a width times a height, right? And then I'll have my other formula is surface area. Surface area is finding the area of one of the faces and then multiplying by how many faces there are. So that's going to be like taking my side squared. That'll get one of them. Then how many faces are on a cube? You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the formula. All right, let's differentiate this. You get dv to dt equals 3s squared times ds over dt. Let's take the derivative of this, because actually we're going to need surface area, so I know I had to do this. I guess this I didn't know yet, but I'm assuming. So that would be d, I'm just going to say dA to dt. That would be 12s times ds to dt. Okay, so I'm trying to find this. I need a side. They don't tell me, but I know that the volume at the instant is going to be 629. So I'll have 629 equals what cubed? So I'll have to cube root 629, and that gets about 8.568. Well, that's not fun. Okay. Times ds over dt. How is the side changing with time? And I don't have that, but I come back to this formula and I'll be able to find it by plugging everything in. So plug in your volume to time, plug in your side, square it. So I'm just going to do this all at once. Negative 1699 divided by 3 times this squared, I'll do in the parentheses, should be negative 7.714-ish. Okay, and so all I gotta do is plug that in. So it'll be 12 times this times this. And I get negative 793.176. And that was side, so just meter per second. And that's it.